So, first thing I want to say is rest in peace, Raphael. And this is about Raphael. He died of epilepsy in hospital after being arrested. Right, so I will just get straight down to it, right? I understand what it is. My wife's got epilepsy. I have been in a situation where she's had several seizures in a row, gone purple in the face, where she wasn't breathing during the seizures, and this was several times in a row. I rang 999 and it took them around half an hour to get to us. They come, took her to hospital and stuck us in a waiting room for around 12 hours. So yeah, around 12 hours, and at the end of it they did nothing, sent us home. And that's my story of epilepsy. What I'll do is I'll play the video of the article. In the description there'll be links to the full video, because I'm going to chop it and cut some of it out and just keep to the main parts. So I shall just play the video now.
R-A-P-H-A-E-O.
Say that again.
R-A-P-H-A-E-O.
It is around 11:45 on the 1st of November 2019, and 29-year-old Raphael Gill has just been stopped by the police for speeding.
Where were you born, please, Raphael? King's College Hospital.
Less than 6 hours later, Raphael, the father of 2 small children,
Relax. You're not going to die, mate. You're not going to die.
is dead. A death his family believe could have been avoided,
No idea.
if not for a string of errors, not by the police who stopped him, but from the medics who were supposed to take care of him. Raphael Gill's mum Karen and his former partner Emily were initially told only that he died in hospital after being arrested. But it wasn't until they were shown body cam footage of the day that they were able to see how his last hours unfolded. Not long after the initial stop for speeding, Raphael tests positive for cocaine. Cannabis is found in the car too. It's clear he's becoming anxious about going into custody.
So we'll have to go on the cell? Get a ticket? Probably not. Please, sir.
A police check confirms he's known to suffer from seizures and PTSD.
We know you've had an epileptic fit in the cell before.
Yeah, please, sir. We'll try not to.
Right?
We're going to try not to.
A few minutes later, he has his first seizure in the car.
Raphael, focus. Seizure.
While one officer takes care of Raphael, another phones for the ambulance. Over the next 15 minutes, he suffers 2 more seizures.
Oh, another one. It's all right. Another seizure.
The police call to ask where the ambulance is multiple times and are told it has been sent to the wrong location.
Raphael, it's okay.
The first paramedic arrives.
He's epileptic and he's had like 5 epileptic fits now.
He's actually incorrectly briefed. Raphael has had 3 fits by now, but he doesn't assess him as an emergency. In fact, the paramedic seems to question whether the seizures are real, using an inverted commas gesture as he explains to a colleague he was arrested and then had several fits.
Arrested and then had several fits.
At the inquest, the paramedic denied this, saying he was tucking in his shirt. As the paramedics are talking, police begin to get Raphael out of the car.
Where would you take him off to? Police station.
Custody.
Which one?
Don't know. Oh, it was Lewisham, wasn't it? Don't know.
He's put into the ambulance,
Is he going in this way?
where he has his fourth seizure.
Yeah.
Raphael is taken to Lewisham Hospital. It has been more than an hour since his first seizure. Worth listening to the police conversation. The female officer trying to quell any doubts as to whether Raphael had been faking it all.
I don't think he was faking it.
No. And his hands, the way they were proper.
Contorted, as you
Yeah.
said, yeah. He looks generally ill.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say it's probably anxiety and stress induced as well. Poor thing.
There's still niggling doubt over whether this all might have been faked. He is taken into A&E and triaged in the waiting room. The police officers who first stopped him hand over to the next shift. He is then left 96 minutes before he has his fifth seizure on the floor.
You're going to have to help us, mate. Bend your knees.
Only then seen by a doctor and moved into a cubicle. Police officers try to comfort him,
Just relax a little bit, okay?
but Raphael fears the worst.
Relax.
No.
Raphael, mate. Chill out. Chill out.
Relax.
I feel like all this day.
You're not going to die, mate.
You're not going to
You're
die.
not going to
You're in
die.
hospital. They'll look after you. All right?
But the officers are clearly thrown by the fact no medical staff are around.
What's everyone got?
Raphael dies after his sixth seizure a short while later. The inquest found the medical cause of death to be multiple seizures and cocaine taken alongside prescribed medication. But in a prevention of future deaths report, the coroner said there were several matters of concern. The fact Raphael had been arrested unduly influenced the assessment of urgency by the London Ambulance Service. He was taken to hospital, not under blue lights and sirens, and the most senior clinician drove, so was not on hand to provide emergency treatment, which the technician was unqualified to provide. And the ambulance crew were not aware the combination of seizures and cocaine should have been seen as a medical emergency. The inquest jury went further initially. They judged, as can be seen in their record of inquest here, there was a realistic possibility the delays in treatment contributed to death. But the coroner ruled that the inquest could only look at delays once Raphael got to hospital. The family, however, agree with that initial assessment. They believe the delay was a factor in Raphael's death, exacerbated by the fact medics saw him first as an arrested man rather than as a medical emergency. London Ambulance Service told us they'd carefully considered the recommendations of the coroner and were reviewing and reissuing clinical guidance to staff. They've offered to meet the family in person to discuss specific concerns, but say it's important to note there was no finding of racism or racist behaviour at the inquest. Lewisham Hospital, like the ambulance service, offered condolences, adding, "We've carried out a full investigation and passed the findings on to the family." The family say they are speaking out to stop others going through a tragedy which continues to have devastating consequences for everyone who loved him.